ass family, but they just have an attitude. They're like football players. Not really. They're rugby players. They're not football players. They're rugby players. They have no pads, no helmet, and they are just ornery fish, aren't they?
You know, that's why I like them. They're my favorite fish to catch, just because how aggressive they are and how they fight.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you were using? You just said dragging a tube trick. Any special kind?
Just 3/8 ounce and watermelon on a flake.
Ah, the old watermelon lure, huh?
Oh yeah.
Like that one. What was the rod and reel that you had?
I believe it was a 6/6 Fox River rod, and the reel was a Abu Garcia. I don't know what kind of reel it was. I know it was Abu Garcia.
Abu Garcia?
Yeah.
Fox River makes a very, very nice rod. I like them very much. They make a nice quality rod. They're made down the road from us here in Plainfield, in Plano, Illinois, I think.
Yeah, no, they're phenomenal rods. Perfect.
Cool. Now back to Just Dustin. One of the things about the tournament, I mean, how do you guys wrap your head around? Because when you put a tournament on, as you said, you're setting up, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're worried about the tables, you're worried about chairs. You got to get this there. You got to get all the other team boats in. How many other teams are part of this?
I believe there were about 17 high schools that competed, and I think it was 32 boats that we had in the tournament. So it was pretty chaotic at times, especially launching all of them into the water. But we managed, and we just told ourselves to keep our head in the games and just focus on us and the fish. And that was the only competition we had, and it worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah, most of the time, even the professional anglers, for example, Gerald Swindle at the Angler of the Year, he almost lost it. He didn't lose it because other people outfished him. You know how he lost it? Because it got into his head the wrong way.
Right, and that's what we try to focus on, not letting that happen to us. We don't worry about the other schools that are in it, whether they're good or not. We worry about us getting 5 fish in the well and then going from there.
And I got to give you guys a tremendous amount of credit because, yes, you're fishing the Illinois River down in Morris, Illinois. I mean, it's not that far from us, but you got teams like Manuka, Seneca, what's another one? Gardner's South, Downers Grove South, Mantino, Moments, Oak Lawn, the other Oak Lawn team, St. Lawrence, Plainfield South, Mantino, another one, Joliet Central, Plainfield South. That's their backyard, dude.
It really is their backyard, our hot seat competition was Manuka, as it says on the sheet. It was definitely a really good victory for us to definitely take that.
Okay. Now, 5 fish, what were you using for bait?
I was using a different technique. I was using a biffle head, and we were basically just letting that bounce off the rocks. We fish it like a crankbait, and as we were reeling it in, it was just a slow retrieve, and it was more of a unique bite, you could say. It wasn't a typical jig bite where you knew you had a fish. And then with that too, you weren't setting the hook aggressively. You were very rapidly reeling into them, and it was just a slight pull and lean back with the rod. That was about it.
When in doubt, set the hook.
Set the hook. Yeah, that's for sure. We ran into a couple trees throughout the day and some rocks, of course, but we ended up with a lot of fish.
Yeah. And there's nothing, one of the greatest feelings that I have when you're fishing is, okay, you're working and go, is that somebody there? And whether it's a hard set or a soft set, you set the hook, and then I like to say the fish sets you. It's kind of like you pull, and then that fish goes, boom, I'm setting the rod with you, and it's kind of fun.
Right, especially the smallmouth, because like you were saying, they're so aggressive and ornery. They are just phenomenal fish to fight, especially.
Mm-hmm. Now, both of you guys are part of the Spartan fishing team from Oak Lawn High School. That's been here for a couple of years, not a couple of years, for a number of years. The coach, right?
Oh yeah, we have a great coach for us. He's done so much for us over the years, and continues just let us grow and prosper, and it's phenomenal.
When I was at your meeting, I was really happy to see that it was some of the young girls in the school, the young guys in the school, all part of this team. It's not just the guys fishing. Anybody could be part of this fishing team, right?
Right, and another great thing about it is how diverse it is. It brings in kids who are avid anglers and beginners, and it's great to see people learning fishing and going even further in their career.
That is cool. Let me ask Bart the same question. Bart, here you are. I mean, I wish I had a fishing team club. I did. It was me. I used to just go down to Lake Michigan and go fishing after class. But, it must be kind of special for you to be part of a club team at the school. And I would imagine that when you guys won this, it was announced pretty well throughout the school that you won, right?
Yeah, we are pretty lucky to have a team out here. All the district coaching, everything he does for the team.
Mm-hmm. But how many years have you been part of this team?
This is my second year. I'm a sophomore now.
Sophomore, you gonna stay with it all 4 years?
I'm planning to, yeah.
Oh, and then what we, college, they offer scholarships. Money, we're talking tuition, money to go to school now to fish.
Well, college, it's down the road still to be determined.
Okay, it's to be determined, but I tell you what, remember that there are colleges that offer tuition scholarships for you to fish. Oh, pinch me, Lord. Pinch me. I wish this was going on when I was in school. I used to just cut glass and go fishing. But I mean, here they're doing that. And you could win some, you get into tournaments, and even the Bassmasters Classic is part of that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is a great opportunity that they host the anglers now, especially young. I mean, if you start them young and you keep growing them, it'll be a great future for fishing.
Now, as part of the club here, I know some clubs in different parts of the states, you have to keep a certain grade point average and stuff to be part of a tournament. Is that the same here?
Yeah, it does apply. There are definitely grade requirements that you must meet, and we do a pretty good job of meeting that, I'd say. And we definitely keep our grades up and keep our focus on fishing and grades.
Fishing and grades, and being in the great outdoors. And once again, I congratulate you guys on the 2016 Oakland Community High School Bass Tournament that was held in Morris, Illinois. 32 boats, 17 different high schools, a great lineup of fish that everybody caught. 5 fish, 5 live fish. That almost sounds like the Bassmaster Classic to me.
Yeah, it was pretty phenomenal of a day. I'll give it that. It was great conditions. Everything was just right when we got them.
That's very, very good. Any last words that you want to say to the other high school kids that may be listening to this? Maybe their school doesn't have a fishing team, but if they do, to be part of it?
For our competition that was out there, it was a great tournament. I thank everybody for coming out there. Thank all our sponsors of the event, and Regis especially for doing all that they do for us. But for the kids who don't have a high school fishing team, try to get in contact with somebody on the board. Try to contact other people. Maybe teachers have interest in fishing as well, and hopefully that you can form a team from there.
Sounds very good. Well, guys, thanks for coming on the show. Once again, it was Justin Sullivan. Justin, thank you.
Thank you as well.
And Bart, I'm going to say his name wrong. Rafaz, right?
Thank you.
And thanks for coming on the show and being part of it. And you know what? Thanks for getting more kids involved in high school fishing. Thank you very much. Hey everybody, that's Chauncey out of the Oakland Community High School congratulating the Spartan fishing team who won the 2016 Bass Tournament on Morris, Illinois from the William G. Stratton Park right on the Illinois River. You're listening to Chauncey on Chauncey's Great Outdoors. You know us, we know the outdoors.